The torchlight flickered across the stone walls, casting long shadows like the ghosts of forgotten fortunes. A parchment map of gold routes lay across the wooden table, stained by wax and years of sweat from desperate hands. In that moment, two figures leaned in, their cloaks brushing the dusty floor. One whispered, "The path to riches is cursed unless you dare risk the unknown." But as the camera of imagination pulls back, the stone walls dissolve into concrete, the medieval torches morph into neon streetlights, and the parchment becomes a cracked iPhone screen displaying a spreadsheet full of side hustle numbers. The ancient whispers of treasure hunters transform into modern conversations about credit scores, crypto wallets, rising inflation, and the American dream of financial freedom. Thus begins the story of two hustlers living in modern-day USA, Ethan Miller and Jamal Brooks, roommates in a cramped apartment in Newark, New Jersey. They arrived here with nothing except burning determination and the weight of student loan debt pressing harder than any medieval tax collector. No swords, no shields, only smartphones, broken laptops, and hopes sharpened by desperation. Ethan was drowning silently beneath $88,000 in student loans from business school. The degree earned him little more than rejection emails from corporate careers he thought would be waiting for him. Jamal worked night shifts, stacking boxes at a warehouse just to pay rent and help his mother with hospital bills. But even exhausted, he dreamed wildly startups, investments. A side hustle empire one day. They lived paycheck to paycheck like millions of Americans, juggling rent, food, rising inflation, spiraling interest payments, and credit card balances that grew faster than they could pay. Rent day always felt like a medieval tax harvest, landlords collecting, tenants begging for mercy. One night, eating cheap instant noodles, scrolling TikTok for distraction, Ethan stopped mid-bite. A thumbnail caught his eye. How I make $10,000 a month with a simple digital side hustle. You only need a laptop. A familiar sting hit Ethan's skepticism, mixed with desire. Scam? Impossible. But hope pulled stronger. Jamal leaned over his shoulder, eyes tired but alive. They watched the full video. The concept was digital arbitrage, creating and selling branded digital planners using Canva, marketed on Etsy and Pinterest. At first, it sounded childish, selling calendars and budgeting templates, but the numbers were real. Screenshots, testimonials, tutorials. Ethan felt a medieval treasure map unravel before him, step-by-step instructions instead of cryptic symbols. Thus began their first side hustle. They worked late nights after shifts, designing planners, learning SEO, choosing niches. Jamal joked that Canva templates were their swords now. Ethan tracked every click and conversion with the precision of a medieval scribe recording grain harvests. When their first sale came $4.99, they screamed so loud the upstairs neighbor pounded on the floor. That tiny sale was nothing financially, but psychologically, it was priceless. Proof that money could be generated outside the system that rejected them. Soon, orders trickled. Then a steady stream. They opted optimized listings, joined Facebook groups, studied consumer psychology. By month 3, they had earned $1,842, profit still small, but more than some full-time workers made after taxes before side hustles. The medieval torch returned in metaphor. Instead of swords, they wielded email lists. Instead of battlefields, they conquered social media engagement. But challenges stalked them like ancient beasts. Inflation surged nationwide. Rent rose sharply. Student loans resumed after temporary federal relief. Ethan's interest payments felt like arrows piercing through armor. Jamal's mother's hospital debt collectors called daily, relentless as medieval tax nights. Stress drove them to scale. Ethan pitched launching coaching packages for people wanting digital business strategies. Jamal suggested building a financial YouTube channel documenting their journey. The plan sounded impossible: filming, editing, learning algorithms. But they knew most Americans were searching. How do I escape paycheck to paycheck? How can I earn online? How do I start a business with no money? A need existed. They would serve it. The channel launched with 0 subscribers, shaky audio, and Ethan nervously reading scripts. But authenticity resonated. They shared earnings tweets, spreadsheets, behind the scenes, nights sleepless, mistakes, failed products. People trusted honesty. By month 8, ad revenue reached $612. Affiliate commissions, $1,305. Digital products, $4,088. Income, $6,005 in 1 month more than Jamal made full-time. Yet, success draws challenges like medieval kingdoms draw invaders. A major competitor copied their templates and undercut prices. Negative comments flooded their channel, accusing them of lying. Jamal burned out editing videos. Ethan's imposter syndrome worsened. Still, the torchlight inside them refused to go out. They sought another income stream: financial consulting for broke students, budgeting for gig workers, credit repair education. Ethan learned the nuances of the USA credit system utilization ratios. Authorized users, dispute letters, secured cards. Jamal mastered TikTok marketing and began posting viral clips about money traps in America, predatory loans, payday lenders, buy now, pay later, medical debt traps. The medieval Guildhall of their journey grew followers, customers, critics. But bigger obstacles were ahead. Despite thousands earned, their personal financial lives remained fragile. Living costs rose. Ethernet bills, taxes, business expenses all devoured revenue like wolves. They realized what every USA entrepreneur eventually learns: income growth means nothing without smart financial management. So they built a personal finance system, automatic transfers to savings and debt, budgets tracking every dollar, emergency fund goals, diversification through index funds, tax-deductible strategies. The business started attracting sponsorship interest, budgeting apps, fintech startups, credit-building services. One company offered $10,000 for 3 promotional videos. It stunned them. $10,000 felt like royal treasure. But sponsorship also required ethics. They rejected companies with predatory terms. Ethan insisted that trust was more valuable long-term than short-term wealth. Jamal agreed, remembering how his mother was trapped by high-interest medical loans disguised as support. Growth accelerated. They built a team, a video editor, virtual assistants, marketing specialists, a castle rising brick by brick. But now fate delivered a plot twist worthy of epic medieval chronicles. One day, an email arrived from a famous financial YouTuber with millions of subscribers inviting them to LA for collaboration. It could change everything: exposure, credibility, partnerships. Yet the invitation required funds for flight, hotel, production costs $3,000 total. Their emergency fund existed, but spending it felt terrifying, like entering battle without shields. They debated deep into the night until Ethan said quietly, "If we fear risk, we return to paycheck chains." This is our moment. Every hustler reaches a crossroad, kingdom or collapse. They booked the flights. In Los Angeles, cameras rolled under blazing studio lights. The collaboration video, From Broke Roommates to $10,000 a Month Side Hustle Journey, went viral. Subscriptions exploded. Businesses reached out. Students begged mentorship. Revenue months later: digital products, $14,329. YouTube ads, $6,855. Affiliate deals, $4,011. Mentorship, $8,200. Brand sponsorship, $22,000. Total monthly revenue, $55,395. The medieval metaphor returned. A treasure trove beyond anything their past imagined, but with wealth came responsibility. Ethan feared lifestyle creep. Jamal worried about losing authenticity. They launched their most ambitious project, a non-profit financial education initiative teaching low-income communities practical budgeting and side hustle strategies. They traveled across USA cities: Detroit, Baltimore, Memphis, Las Vegas, Houston, standing in classrooms, gyms, church halls. They spoke to people trapped by loans, job insecurity, inflation. They taught that financial freedom didn't require luck, just discipline, patience, and multiple income streams. Their mission resonated. Donations poured in. News outlets covered their work. Schools requested programs. They created scholarship funds for young entrepreneurs. But impact wasn't enough. They wanted longevity, legacy, generational echoes, like medieval kings carving stories into stone. They developed software to automate budgeting, track side hustles, and recommend personalized savings strategies. A fintech startup was born. 5 years passed. Ethan became a millionaire through equity. Jamal paid off all debts, including his mother's, and bought her a home. They built systems, partnerships, sustainable investments. They learned USA tax codes, index fund philosophy, compound interest, no fast riches but slow, deliberate, unstoppable growth. Standing on a conference stage one night, spotlight blinding, thousands cheering, Ethan remembered that medieval torchlit room in his imagination, the parchment map, the whispers. the promise of treasure. He realized something essential. The most medieval thing in modern America isn't swords or castles. It's the quest for gold, the endless struggle between debt and freedom, the dream of building wealth for your family. And he whispered to Jamal, voice trembling, "We finally found the treasure." Jamal smiled. "No," he said softly. "We didn't find it. We built it. And now we teach others to build theirs." The camera pulls back. No ornate borders, no illuminated frames. Just the raw parchment tone of life, earthy, imperfect, hand-painted by every sacrifice they made. The scene ends not on wealth, but purpose. The torch of financial freedom passed from 2 hustlers to millions. The dream continues. If you want, I can also turn this into YouTube script. Create thumbnail title plus description. Write part 3 continuation.